Alright guys, so back here working on the 92 Dodge D250 with the Cummins in it. Got a little bit of a problem. When I bought it, the guy gave me a pair of pliers in order to open up the hood. So the hood release cable is all goofed up, and that's what I'm going to try to replace today. So let's get right into it. We're going to get in there and we're going to replace this today. And maybe fix the fuse box hanging out like that. But let's get busy and let's do this. Alright, so the hood release cable comes down and through the firewall right down here. You guys can hopefully see that. Comes up, wires up underneath of a whole bunch of stuff, comes up through here and kind of pinches in a couple spots and then releases right there. But before we get started, we're going to double check, make sure what we have actually is going to fit, and then we're going to start tearing it apart. So the one we got off of Amazon is pretty straightforward, but it does have the little grommet, so it makes me believe that I'm just going to be able to pull the old one all the way out without any problems, and then push this one back through and route it. It's going to be really old grommet in there, so we'll see if it actually comes out right or not. But I'm going to start trying to pull it out and see what happens. So we've got the pliers that was given to us when we bought the truck. Let's just see if we can pull this out. Remember, we're not too worried about tearing up the old cable. That didn't pop out. Really? It popped out pretty easy. Should be able to push that through. Get a little extra of the cable through and then pop that on. So the rest of this is just going to be pulling this cable out, taking all the connections apart, and then we'll get up to the firewall. Alright, so I pulled the first clip out. Wasn't sure if it was going to break or not. Let's see if we can focus on that. It does actually come out. It's a little two-piece clip, so I will be able to reuse that little clip right there. I'm sure it's important to make sure you have this thing secured in a couple of places, but this clip is going to be reusable. It's kind of nice. Just going to try to snake that cable out the best you can without touching anything too electrical. You don't want to cause any electrical fires or pull on any cables in the wrong way. So we're going to snake this through here. Last thing you want to do is pull something undone. These Dodges are finicky on their old wiring, so we're going to keep pulling. There we go. Got it out for the most part. Now the real question is going to be poking it through this hole right here and just getting it out altogether. It's actually got quite a lot of give to it still. There we go. Since mine's messed up on the other end, I'm just going to pull it out. And there we go. We got the old one out. And now it's just going to be a matter of reverse order for putting them back in. One thing to make sure that when you guys are putting this back in, that you're watching where that cable is going back through, because it's important to get it routed up underneath of everything and get the right length of everything, and that it doesn't hit anything like a hot wire or anything like that. Now mine, the old handle and everything was gone, so we'll have to look at how we're going to mount the new one in there. Looks like the holes are going to line up with the Amazon version that was sent to me, but there's only one way to find out. Let's shove this thing in the hole and route it back around to the hood. Alright, so we have the new cable here. I'm going to start off by just barely pushing it through, and then I'm going to go over on the other side inside the engine bay and pull that through, and let's see how that works out. I don't know how well you guys can see it, but we do have the new cable. I'm just going to snake it back in the exact same way that it was in here. Alright, I'm going to route this back around over here to the hood latch. Alright, you guys remember the little clip that we took off? We're going to take that and we're going to put that around the cable and plug that back in to hold the cable in place. Let's go ahead and get that pushed back in. Hey, held in there nicely. So let's get this piece of it latched back together. Went in nice and tight. And the question is it tight enough, or is it kind of loose a little bit? Is it going to like pop out on us. No, I think that's what the little clip is going to do, is help hold that in there. So let's get inside and finish up that installation on the inside. Alright, so I just came up with some of these really small screws that they are self-tapping, so if the hole's not 100% right, I think I'll be alright. But we're going to run 4 of those up in there and get that nice and secured. I am going to start off with the hand driver before I get anything else out, you know, just in case. Get one of those through there. Oh, and that's just going to be just the right size, I think. Get all 4 of them started if you can first, and then tighten them up afterwards. Now, the question, of course, is does it pull? It does pull. It didn't fall off. Now, how do you test it? So we need to make sure this is going to work, so we're going to close the latch. There it is, nice and closed. And now I'm going to go in and pull the handle, and let's see if it pops open like it's supposed to. So once you have that latched on the outside, you're going to come in, pull your handle, and then verify that it worked like it was supposed to. Push your rubber grommet through the firewall to keep any of the water and moisture out, and then of course double or triple check it before you close the hood. It's going to be really important, because if you close that hood and it's not working, you're going to be in a world of hurt. So alright, that's all I've got for you guys today. Let's go ahead and tighten this, button this up, and if you guys would hit that like or subscribe button down there at the bottom, as I'm just kind of getting into doing some of these cheap hot rod style videos, and look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Thank you guys.